Hey friends, we are here in the Sprinter van again and we're prepping for our next adventure trip, and that is a surf trip here in Colorado. In fact, we have a new product to show you today. This is the Rocket Chub soft top surfboard, and the way these things are made, they are going to be perfect for the new style of waves that are showing up here in Colorado. Yes, you can surf in Colorado. We're going to tell you all about it. Now, river surfing has actually existed in Colorado for almost 2 decades now. But typically what happened is surfers would get into kayak holes, so waves that were made specifically for kayaks, and with high water flows, maybe you got a little bit of a green face to be able to pop up, stand up, and maneuver a little bit. Well, all that has changed in the last few years as waves have been specifically designed with surfboards in mind. These are what we call green face waves, and they're highly maneuverable. Now, before, with these mushy kind of whitewater waves, you needed a board with an enormous amount of volume, almost a really short stand-up paddleboard that's inflatable. But with green face waves, all that has changed as you don't need to paddle into waves anymore. A lot of standing platforms now make acid drops or suitcase drops available, so you can just jump straight into the wave and be standing up. That makes a board like the Chub a perfect experience for some of our green waves here in Colorado. Now, this board's limit normally in the ocean is going to be for somebody under 150 pounds, but for a wake surf environment or a river surf environment, basically anybody under 200 pounds is going to be very comfortable using a board like this. Now, although fiberglass boards typically work just fine in a river environment, beginners are going to want this soft top experience. One, it gives a lot more buoyancy, a lot more stability as you jump into a wave and get things figured out for the first time. The second major benefit is dings. In a river environment, you're dealing with all sorts of hard surfaces. The ramps into the waves are usually cement. You have rocks all around the bottom of the river and on the sides, so that when you're paddling out, it's very, very easy to knock up against something. When you hit a rock with a soft top, these have a lot of compression, and so it can take a lot of that bounce off. Now, as you can see, this is a really short soft top, but it is designed just like some of the longer soft tops you may have seen in the ocean. In fact, this is a great little board for a young Grom potentially learning to surf in an ocean environment. But us adults love these things as well because they're highly maneuverable in our green waves in the river here in Colorado. Now, as you can see, the boards come sealed in a long box, and once you take them out, they look like this. They have shrink wrap surrounding them, and again, because these are foamies, I'm always a little bit scared that they'll come dinged, but taking a look at this one straight out of the box, it looks perfect. Has a couple little protectors on the top and bottom. We will have to remove the shrink though, and then actually install the fins. You can get a quick closer look at the back. Again, super fun graphics. Does have the Rocket logo that is stashed all throughout the back. But again, this is a nice firm surface on the bottom with the foam on the top. Now again, here are our dimensions. You can see it's a 410. It has a width of 19.5 and then a thickness of 2.5 inches. It is a total of 35 liters, which is still quite a bit of volume, again, for these little boards. Now, upon closer inspection, we did find one little small soft spot from shipping, I'm guessing. This doesn't look like it was any kind of a puncture though. Really not too much damage, but definitely make sure you inspect things as you receive them in the mail to make sure everything arrived okay. Now, the Chub is actually made with 2 wooden stringers that run down the length of the board, and then they cover that with EPS foam material. They also boast that all the materials are recyclable, so we really like that. Helps out the environment a little bit. Now, if you look a little closer here, you can see the soft top has this natural texture to it, which actually means you don't need wax. Now, we actually like to use wax when we surf rivers. It just improves our overall grip, but it's nice to know that in a pinch, you really don't need it. And then the boards also come with a 1-year warranty in case there are any manufacturing defects that need to be addressed. Now, you're also going to receive a small cardboard box like this. That includes the fins and then the screw plugs to keep the fins in place. Now, looking at the fins, it looks like this is nice durable material. You can see it's fairly hard plastic. I can't really manipulate it at all with my fingers. This is something you want for the rivers here in Colorado, as we do get a ton of fin dings on rocks and things as you're paddling around. Now, this process takes just a little bit of pressure to push through. Don't worry, you're not damaging anything. And once it slides into the slots on those holes, we can come over from the top with our little screws and go straight down. And again, you want to tighten these first with your fingers, and then we can go back in with the screwdriver and give it a little more push. All right, looking flush down the back, you can see we have a little bit of an angle on each of the fins moving in the outward direction, again, to give us some good twin fin stability. So there you go, friends. That is the Rocket Chub, super fun little soft top that we are so looking forward to getting out into our local rivers here in Colorado. Definitely go check it out for yourself right here on Amazon. If this video has helped, stay tuned because we're actually going to be doing a lot more demoing for the board in the water to show you exactly how it moves. We've got a ton of other river surf content and products that help us have as much fun in the rivers here in Colorado. So stay tuned. We'll see you again on the next one.